Welcome back to Emporia, Kansas for the 2024 PDGA Professional Masters Disc Golf World Championships presented by Dynamic Disc. Thanks for tuning in to this coverage of this major event brought to you by Gatekeeper Media. I'm Nathan Johnson, joined in the booth today by Dan Brooks-Wells. How's it going, Dan?
It's going great, man. We have a beautiful, awesome day. We got some heavy hitters, and we got this awesome course to enjoy.
Yeah, we saw Joe Rovere get out to a blazing hot 7 down through 9 start on the front 9 there. Eric McCabe, Dave Feldberg, and Dana Vicich trying to finish strong here and get themselves back in the mix. It is going to be an absolute battle here in the MP40 division at Masters Worlds.
We'll see if some of these guys can keep on their hot streaks. This is hole 10, par 4, 585 feet. There's OB to the left and a lot of danger in OB to the right. Placement shot off the tee and then having to deal with kind of a peninsula type of green. Just want to make sure you get down and to the left out of this tee shot.
Yeah, objective one is just hit this gap. Anywhere out here in the open, you can manufacture something up into the green, so it's not too important after that.
Yeah, and this is a good hole design as far as, you know, this course is a golf course, right? In the past, and creating these wooded holes when there's so much open field, I think is important.
Yeah, it's definitely a aspect of disc golf that you can't ignore, and it needs to be tested. So nice gap hits so far from the card. We saw McCabe catch a little bit of cabbage on his way out, but still might have something to work with there.
Nice and smooth from Vicich. Gets by that last tree and swings out nicely.
Yeah, so McCabe, after catching that limb, is going to have a bit of a low ceiling and a little farther shot than the rest of these guys, but he hits that gap well and just needs this to check up. Should have himself a circle 2 putt for his birdie.
Rovere here having to deal with a little bit of trees in his way, but not too tough, just a hyzer into the basket.
Yeah, just finds himself behind that one big tree on the green. Likely have a short straddle putt coming up. Is Dave going through this tiny gap?
I think he has to. Wow.
Okay, style points for Feldberg there. That's a great shot. Gonna give himself a birdie look as well. And yeah, Vicich rewarded after this great drive. Just has a nice chip forehand into the green. That is well executed.
Yeah, absolutely. And correct me if I'm wrong. I believe, you know, we're talking about how this was a golf course. I believe this was bought by Dynamic, and we're looking at, you know, disc golf to be played here for ever, hopefully.
Yeah, that's the plan. As we see a couple Circle 2 bids come up a bit short. We'll see if there are any big changes planned for the property now that they have kind of total control over it. As Joe with a short birdie putt miss there.
Yeah, a little uncharacteristic from Joe. We've just seen him being, you know, just shredding. Dana able to put down the bird, and you know, he's got strokes on these guys, but we did see after the front 9 he was tied with Jeff Faze, and he had, you know, with some other 5 down, so you can't stop. And this is a marathon. This is 5 rounds plus a final 9, so you just got to keep going. Speaking of keeping going, we are going on to hole 11. This is a par 3, 395 feet. Pretty straight through this gap. OB to the left, OB to the right. up the hill.
Yeah, this hole is playing way longer than 395 with both that uphill and just the lack of left to right, airspace. You kind of have to just keep the disc straight the whole way on just either a tight flex line like we're seeing Joe go for, or a hyzer flip. And that is so well thrown.
Wow. Wow.
What a shot.
Yeah, and like you said, he used the entire fairway. That was amazing.
You can see McCabe going for that hyzer flip line, but just not quite enough airspace on the right-hand side. Catches some limbs over there and drops him down short. Very demanding hole. Feldberg, maybe a bit overturned. Gotta find the right-hand side as well.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't sneak through those trees and finds OB, you can't be too upset.
Yeah, this is definitely a bonus birdie. These guys all kind of just pitching their up shots up to the green. Maybe we'll see Dave give this 80-footer a run.
Get it.
Ooh. Good try.
Gets a little metal there, but not a bad effort. Not losing a lot of strokes with a par here. 77% of the field is taking par on this hole, so.
Yep, and they are going to lose one to Joe, though.
They've lost a lot of strokes to Joe so far.
That's fair. That's fair.
Everybody is.
If you're paying attention to what's going on in the rest of the field as well, you'll see that Jeff Faye's also got the bird on this, so they are still tied at 8. We are going to head to hole 12. This is a par 3, 404 feet. OB cart path on the left, OB on the right. Seems to be a common theme here. Just a bunch of OB. Make sure we keep it in the fairway.
Looks like Joe's lining up that low ceiling right-hand side. He's going to rely on the ground play to scoot his disc up inside the circle, and does just that, probably right around 30 feet or so for his birdie coming up.
Yeah, and you'll notice this is a little downhill, right? So getting the disc to flip up and kind of ride right or ride straight using the hill to your advantage. You know, it doesn't necessarily take 404 feet of power.
Yeah, I think most of these guys probably going fairway driver speed.
Do it again. Come on. Oh my gosh, do it again.
This might need to get down.
Wow.
Woo!
Buzzing the tower, Eric McCabe. Hello.
They were calling it. Someone said do it again, which makes me believe he's hit metal in the past.
Yeah, I guess so. Would have been nice to get some video of it, but we'll have to try again in round 3. Feldberg pulls that one just a bit, catches the limbs on the right-hand side of the fairway, so just going to have to pitch up here for his par.
That'll do.
This is what you get
after the ace run.
45-foot comebacker around the tree. Not a problem. Spins it in.
Wow. That always feels good. After you have an ace run and you're looking outside circle 2, you're like, man, I deserve a better putt than this, but awesome to knock him down.
Joe hasn't really had to putt too much today. He's kind of been parked for most of the round and just leaves that one a bit high. It's one of those putts, as we see Vicich knock down a nice one, where like you get to this, you step up to it and it's hole 12 and you're like, you realize that you're like, I haven't had to putt all day.
Right.
Like kind of feels like the first putt of the day sometimes. Can sometimes get in your head if you're not rock solid up there.
Nobody is immune to a course like Northwood Black.
Just throwing laser beams.
That's so good.
Bresnell, the birdie, the fist pump.
Critical shot.
Gotta get up. Bresnell.
That is a shot of a champion.
Your 2024 Champions Cup winner, Andrew Bresnell.
Visit quirkygoodies.com today. We have over 100 fun, unique disc golf tees along with hats, stickers, metal wall art, and much more. Use code PDGA20 for 20% off.
Hole 13, par 4, 397 feet. You can take this right side gap. You can take the left side. I wouldn't imagine anyone taking the left side. It seems like this right side is what people are going to want to do. I think it's cleaned up from years past, so it's a little bit more open here.
Yeah, and they've changed that right side area to hazard rather than OB, so it's not quite as punishing. If you don't make it all the way to the green, you're still going to advance, whereas in years past it was basically just like a re-tee.
That's right. Seems like these guys are making it past here. I'm not sure how far. How far do you think it is to clear this hazard?
It's probably somewhere in the 360 range. Maybe less. Maybe 340.
340. It is
but
uphill,
it is uphill,
so it's
yeah. So definitely, still got to put a good move on it, but very much reachable for most of the field. You can see these guys kind of all just bailing out a bit short left, giving themselves some deep stabs at it. See if anybody can ring it up.
Yeah, like you said, in years past when that middle section was OB, you'd see a lot more people go to the left and not even risk it. But this kind of makes it more of an easier hole to par. It's a common mistake to just kind of dump out left after you get past that hazard zone.
Ooh!
Oh, what?
A little forehand throw-in from Joe Rovere. What a
my
shot.
Gosh.
Okay, he is officially on fire. 10 down through 13 with a couple of missed putts in there. Like, are you kidding me? What is going on right now? He's a man on a mission.
There was a close run there. Man, I can't get over that. That's
such nice touch on it too. It came in so soft.
It did. There was nothing wrong with that at all.
That was the only eagle on hole 13 on the day, playing as the second easiest hole on the course.
Moving on to hole 14. This is a par 4, 858 feet. Trying to throw a bomb off of this tee, getting to the landing zone somewhere in here, pushing it farther if you can, and pitching up to the basket, OB to the right of that fence. So we've seen forehands, backhands, rollers, just trying to get out there as far as you can. This will be great. There's a cart path to the left that is OB as well if you hyzer out pretty drastically.
Hopefully it won't come into play too much. This is the mistake you can't make off this tee shot.
It's a good kick considering he's out in the middle, because if you kick to the right, you have more trees to deal with.
Yeah, still very savable par from there. Can just kind of blast something down the fairway on the second shot, but obviously not ideal. Let's see what Feldberg's got lined up. This looks like a great angle.
Oh, yeah. Little skip. I'll have a clear look into the green.
Yeah, by far best drive of the group from Dave. So yeah, you can see here, not much in the way now for Dana, just looking to smash something down there. Don't want to go too far right though. There is an OB fence over there. Looks like it checks up short of it.
Yeah, McCabe was a little low off the drive, so he's left with a decent distance into the pin. This seems to be hyzering out too early. Oh.
Definitely does, but checks up inbounds. Pretty generous fairway on this hole.
Here, Joe overturns it just a tad.
Yeah, we'll
Dave
see
with the best drive of the group, deciding to take this hyzer route over that Browning tree. Little putt.
Yeah, we'll see how much that big tree comes into play on putts for Feldberg and Rovere. These two guys looking to get up and down for their pars first, though. Vicich from that right side. Comes up a bit left, short left. Going to have a circle 2 38-footer for his par. McCabe shouldn't have too much in the way from the left side of the fairway.
That'll be fine. Birdie look for Rovere. Dave with his little stepper. Oh, just a little off. I'm expecting one of those to fall here shortly.
Yeah, he's had about 3 or 4 of them so far this round from that 45-foot range or so. Just hasn't quite been able to connect.
Vicich a little left, a little short, a little left. Here's McCabe to clean up his par. Oh no.
Seen some kind of putting woes from pretty much everybody on this card. Nobody really super consistent from that circle's edge distance so far during this round. But it is the World Championship, so you know.
Yeah, if you wanna take this down or be in contention, you gotta be making mostly everything inside the circle. Unless you're Joe, and then you can just throw in from whatever distance you like, and then you don't have to worry about anything. All right, we're walking over to T-pad 15, hole 15, par 3, 439 feet, teeing up from up the hill. OB on the left, OB on the right. Make sure we're getting it in bounds here. You are teeing off from OB, so this does play like an island. You do have to land in bounds or you go to a drop zone.
Nice width on this one from Rovere, and oh, what perfect ground play. Gets the nice skip and roll up to the green. Yeah, you don't have to putt if you just put it to 6 feet every single time.
Yeah, and this does remind me of I think it was hole 3 on the front 9, where it's just kind of throwing a straight to hyzer shot and let the disc fall in.
Yeah, probably most of these guys just going with the exact same disc. Just want to make sure you keep it wide enough. This one is a bit early. It should stay inbounds, but
yeah,
it's not what Dana's looking for.
I like the width on this.
Big skip.
See if it has the distance. And it does. Going to put McCabe right around 20 feet for his birdie coming up. First, we got Dana Vicich from Deep Circle 2.
Good looking pace on it, just coming up a little short. Here's Feldberg with another chance at a stepper, perhaps. Just a little low left.
It's kind of been Dave's miss today on a lot of those, just not quite getting the pop out of the hand that I think he'd normally like.
Good drop in bird for Rovere. Good bounce back for McCabe. And the rest of these guys will tap in their pars.
Ricky, distance driver in hand. What? What just happened? What just happened? Wysocki blows up the basket on the 16. I don't know what that is, but it definitely bombs.
Here we are at the exciting hole 16, par 3, 320 feet island. There's a bailout spot to the right, but I'm thinking most of these guys are going.
Got to go for it on the island green here. Nice shot from Rovere. Makes the right mistake, which is just don't come up short. Send it into that wall back there, and then you can kind of make your decision on whether or not you're feeling the putt. But objective one has got to be put it on the island.
Absolutely. I mean, this is one of the most exciting holes in disc golf for a reason. It's later in the round. You know, this is a hole you're throwing 5, 6, 7 shots at during practice, maybe more, because you know you got to get it.
Yeah, and can definitely play different depending on the wind. Some guys prefer to go straight at it. Some prefer this wider hyzer line. Nicely done from Feldberg. Some people will go forehand if you've got it. Dana looking to make it 4 for 4 on the island. This one's looking nice if it has the distance.
Mm-hmm.
And it does.
Thanks.
And this is where it gets scary, right? He's at the back end, staring at water, basically. You can't believe it.
Honestly, I like the move. He's 11 down through 15 holes. I
Right.
think don't mess up the good thing you got going.
Right. And my heart says run it.
I'm sure his did too. Feldberg's running it, dropping it in for the birdie. That's a nice 27-footer there for Dave.
Yeah, just take a moment to appreciate the day. They got a beautiful day, beautiful weather. Nothing better playing some disc golf at hole 16 here.
Yeah, and barring something crazy on this putt from McCabe, 3 birdies and 3 under on this hole is not something you're going to see every day.
Absolutely not. And, you know, we might have seen a star frame if Rovere wasn't having such a hot round. I'm sure he would have ran it. But that's what we're left with. So here, hole 17, par 4, 645 feet, OB left, OB right. Getting up over this hill to this landing zone and pitching across this ball golf green, OB green. So you're trying to push this kind of as far as you can. It plays uphill and then kind of back downhill. And if you can get it off to the right a little bit, you move closer to the basket. That looks perfect.
Wow, what a drive from McCabe. He's going to have probably under 300 feet into that green. Just perfect angle control. And yeah, like you said, Dan, able to turn the disc over slightly and hug that right side of the fairway is going to make his next shot a lot easier. Great shot from Dave as well. Going to have to contend with that last tree on his upshot a little bit more, but very well executed.
There's Vicich. Something else, a fear that I have not said anything about is, there is a little bit of a low ceiling, so you can't just sky it up in the air. So it's, you're throwing uphill and it can turn into a low ceiling. Makes it a little bit more difficult. There's a good shot there by Rovere.
Yeah, so Vicich left with this is just super demanding upshot into the green, low ceiling again, over OB the entire way, and he absolutely pipes it.
Oh, yeah. Wow. That is a difficult shot.
Yeah, and that was by far the most difficult approach of the group after these guys all pured their drives. Nice shot from Joe, putting himself well inside the circle. Dave looking to do the same.
Looking good. Maybe a little short. Not too bad. And this is about as good as you can get. Just a little putter into the green.
Yeah, Eric McCabe making this hole look easy.
There's a little tester distance for Rovere. We saw him miss one earlier, but not this time.
That's a good putt. 12 under through 17 holes.
Yeah, and he's looking at starting 13 under after the first round. See if he can get it done. There's a little tester putt for Feldberg as well.
Knocks it down. We'll see how far Vicich is. Probably just in that 20, 22 foot range as well. Might be looking at a star for him. There it is, the old Wendy's 4 for 4.
Really well played hole. We have found ourselves ending this first round at hole 18, par 4, 575 feet landing zone, right about here. And then you are pitching up over this green. This is a new hole that we've seen implemented. And I got to tell you, I really like this design. I think it's a nice, exciting hole to end on.
Yeah, nice looking tee shot here from McCabe. We'll see what he decides to do from there. I would think pretty much all of these guys will be going over into trying to play for the birdie.
Yeah, it's not a long hole, right? Under 600 feet. You can throw this first shot 330 and have a easy look into the basket, but it's the daunting over the water kind of, island green.
Yeah, especially if you come up short. Dana catching some cabbage there. He's going to probably have more in that 350 range into the green, so we'll see if he elects to get aggressive or not. Similar result for Joe. Looks like he's going for it.
This looks good. Get up there.
Oh, just a bit short.
No. Oh, man.
Sticks it in the hill, but you could see that painted line a little bit higher up, so out of bounds.
Looks pretty good. Elevated pin. If you can give that one a run. Awesome upshot by Dave. Not even worried about having to run a putt to end your day. This just got over.
Yeah, looking on the edge a little bit. So no drop zone here. Dana just going to play from where he last crossed. Pitching over onto the green. Oh, that's a little short as well. Going to be a tester for bogey. And Joe to get to 13 under par.
No, sit.
Oh, no. All right, sat.
I think Joe had a birdie putt from circle one on 16 out of the 18 holes.
Oh, my goodness.
Maybe even 17 of them.
I was going to say, like, are you counting the eagle? Because he didn't have the look there. He just made the eagle. That's, I mean, what an impressive round. 12 down, 1071 rated.
Wow.
How about that?
Yeah, off to a hot start in his title defense this year. We'll see if anybody was able to keep up with him. A nice round from Eric McCabe, finished strong to get to 8 under. Feldberg going to find himself at 7 under par with that birdie. And unfortunately,
yeah, nice, yeah.
Dana Vicich going to drop back a bit. This is a bogey putt from just around circle's edge. But he's able to connect. That's a good one to stop the bleeding. Keeps him at 4 under par. Still in the mix, but gonna take something special down the stretch to get him back into this thing. What a round.
Yeah, fun to watch. We saw some really good golf, got some hot birdie streaks. A couple of putting woes, right? But for the most part, everyone played really well.
Taking a look at the leaderboard, 3 familiar faces for round 2. Jeff Faze with an 8 under, going to jump his way up to the lead card. Should be exciting action. Make sure to tune in at Jones Park East for the rest of the Masters World Championships. We'll see you there.